Thanks for staying with us. It's been a wild roller coaster week in the world of politics. Donna Brazile dropped bombshell after bombshell about running the Democratic Party during Hillary Clinton's doomed presidential campaign. And, of course, Alabama's Republican Senate nominee, Roy Moore, now facing late-in-the-game accusations that he initiated a sexual encounter with an underage girl back in 1979. Joining us now, great panel from Boston, Adriana Cohen, the columnist with the Boston Herald. From Atlanta, Bruce LeVell. He was the executive director of the National Diversity Coalition for Trump. And from Chicago, my old friend Jim Warren, chief media writer. Bruce, what's your sense here? The allegations are obviously sordid. I think we have to say you can't disprove a charge when it's made. You can't disprove it. If you're a man or a woman, something 38 years later, well, you did it. Well, you can't disprove it. It might have happened. It might not have happened. But you can't disprove it. You can't prove it. But the charge is out there, and it's political now. It's not legal. It's political. What's your sense?
Right. Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Well, you know, I've been thinking about that. I actually prayed about this before I came on your show because, you know, it's so unfortunate that these allegations came out, and I hope they're not true. And you saw what the president tweeted about that, you know, if they are, Judge Roy would do the right thing. But, you know, Laura, the interesting thing about this, about Judge Roy Moore, is everyone knows that he's a you know, devout Christian. He professes Christ as Lord and Savior. And so he knows that responsibility if he's not being truthful or whatever, what his accountability is going to be, which is, of course, who he's going to have to answer to. But, you know, I do say this, and I say this cautiously. This is very new, you know, that these charges or allegations came up. I hate to say the word charges. So I say stay tuned. But everyone, just pray for everyone that's involved in this. And, you know, the great state of Alabama, the people of Alabama are going to come through. They're going to prevail, and they're going to do what's right when they vote December 12th. Yeah. And, you know, the other thing, too, is I tell all the Republicans, you know, don't panic. You know, just pray for Judge Roy, just pray for the party, and just be diligent. You know, this is going to play itself off, play itself out eventually. So I'm very optimistic.
Yeah, they never throw their people overboard. They stay with their guys during federal bribery trials. I mean, Chuck Schumer, you can't find him to say Menendez should step aside. He's in the middle of a trial, for a federal crime. He could go to jail for, I don't know, Jim, 10 years, something like that. I mean, that's a long time.
Laura, I got two words for you. Anthony Weiner. How do you explain that?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'd rather not think of that on a Friday night.
No, that's the Democrats throwing one of theirs overboard.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it took a little time there. Let's remind everybody what happened this week with Donna Brazile. These are some of the Brazile greatest hits of the week. Let's listen.
People who were making the decisions, even for the DNC, they didn't come and work with us. They told us to shut up and basically let them win the election. For those who are telling me to shut up, they told Hillary that a couple of months ago. You know what I tell them? Go to hell. I'm going to tell my story. It was a cult. I felt like it was a cult. You could not penetrate them. I used the word rigged. I did not like the cancer, okay? I call it cancer.
Adriana, I'll say they don't throw one of their own overboard unless it's Brazile throwing Clinton overboard or the Clintons now going after Donna. Very quickly, I want to get a quick take from each of you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, the bombshell she dropped is just incredible. I mean, Donna Brazile is a prominent Democrat. She's, you know, a loyal foot soldier for the Democrat Party for decades. And for her to tell the American people, especially Democrats, that, you know, the Hillary Clinton campaign did indeed rig the primary against millions of Bernie Sanders supporters. I mean, this is outrageous. I mean, who needs Russia when Democrats are rigging their own elections? I'd like a Democrat to explain that.
Bruce, pithy.
Well, you know, I was thinking about this. You know, Laura, imagine if, God forbid, Hillary won the election. Where would Donna Brazile be now?
In the White House? Probably in the White House.
Would the book be out? With it? You know, it's hard to give any credibility to Donna because, you know, one thing about it, being a former chairman of a party here in Georgia, you know, meddling in with the primary is very dangerous for the party. It's very dangerous anywhere across the country when you have several candidates in the primary and the leadership starts to favor one when there's several in the primary is a detriment to the party itself. And it actually destroys the party. So essentially that's what happened to the DNC. You know, they got in there and Clinton infiltrated it and got in bed with a lot of the folks in there, pushed Bernie to the side, pushed others to the side, when the party should vet itself through by the people,
Jim?
for the people, Democrat or Republican.